So we'll see how long Glusky can hold on to this. Just got to make sure that every transition from one corner to the next is perfect.
Yeah, that's it. You have to hook these corners up. It's very difficult to find a flow in rally with every corner being so different. But at the moment, Jaden Glusky is just flowing from corner to corner, making this work and holding off the charge from Nathan Bates at the moment, who I just quickly want to touch on. Nathan Bates and Christopher Vasario, the only two drivers in this particular race who are choosing to race in VR. So more than anything, they've got a great awareness of what's going around them and their own car placement, because they can look around and see everything going on with them, whilst the rest of our drivers all opting to use screens. So there's a bit of variety there, but Jaden Glusky, screen or VR, does not matter to him because his pace is fantastic at the moment.
He's actually doing really well at the moment. We found him, you know, racing for second and third occasionally as, oh dear, it looks like there's a little bit of a problem there for Glusky. He's fallen down the order and is now in 4th spot. Something's gone wrong for him there. Oh, there's big damage on that car. Something's gone wrong there for Jaden Glusky.
Oh no, that is a disaster for him. He was doing so well. But the thing is, when you're pushing that hard, perhaps overdriving the car to challenge someone like Nathan Bates, it's very easy to overstep the mark, and I'm just fearing that maybe Jaden Glusky has just overstepped the mark ever so slightly, because even now, watching the body language of the car, it's moving around a lot. He's not flowing the car from corner to corner anymore. He is throwing it in at max aggression and maybe asking a bit more than the car can actually give him at the moment.
Well, second place now falls to Nicholas Dole here, who's trying to chase down Nathan Bates. He's in the lead still, but not by much. There could be a big change here when they get to the end of the Yambala Mountains section of this stage, moving into part 2. 8 splits for this one, and every one of them counts.
Absolutely it does. You cannot make a single mistake in one, or you're going to be further behind going into the next remaining splits. You have to be on it from the start of the stage all the way to the very end. And at the moment, it's Nathan Bates who's showing he can do that from stage to stage. But is anyone able to challenge him? Because we saw the split times from stage 4 just before, and the driver that was able to run him very close, in particular in splits 1, 3, and 4, was actually the driver of Nicholas Dole, who finds himself in second at the moment. So we know the flashes of speed are there for Nicholas. He just hasn't quite hooked it up over a stage.
Oh no!
And maybe that's the reason why, as overdriving a little bit clips a bank and lucky to hold on to it. That's a bit of a shock to the confidence, but he's still pushing on hard. He's not going to let it shake him. Can he chase down Bates?
Can he indeed? Very high speed section here. A lot of time can be made up if you nail these sections, and you see that the gaps are starting to come down. He is right out sideways through these corners. Just magnificent displays of driving from everyone in this event.
Yeah, it will never surprise me or fail to impress me just how much car control these guys have, throwing the car in from side to side. It is great to see, and the best thing is the cars will take it. They're happy with the slip angle and will make it work almost every single time as they work their way through. And look at this, the speed is great, and wow, is there any more of that corner you would like to cut, sir?
Oh man, he was taking big bites out of the grass there, checking in with Bates. Actually looking like some slight damage to the front for Dole. They are actually closing up a little bit more. They're running almost neck and neck right now. A few seconds behind is Dole from Bates, but again, one mistake in these last 2 splits could define that, and you see how much Dole is cutting every corner here. He's trying to get every remaining 10th he can.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job at that, but the thing is, it is so risky. There's so many corners. Again, how well do you know the course? If you go for a cut at one particular corner and you think, oh, this is probably fine, what do you do if within all that long grass is a big rock that is just waiting to rip a wheel off of your car? It's risky, it's dicey. And that's why a driver like Nathan Bates isn't doing it out front. He knows there's a lot to lose right now. The pressure is on him. He can't make a mistake. Whereas for Nicholas Dole, doesn't matter. Throw everything you've got at it, push hard, see what you can make happen.
Well, check out that suspension movement across the tarmac sections. I love watching the suspension of a rally car over these jumps. Very narrow wooden bridge and braking for a tight left-hander and almost getting back onto the dirt here. It looks like this tarmac section is going to run a little bit longer. That's where it ends. That's where Nicholas Bates is. He has crossed the final split line and is making the run to the finish at the moment. What on earth can Nicholas Stoll do from here?
Oh, it's going to be very tough to do anything from this point, but I'm sure he's going to give it everything he's got. But time is ticking down, and Nathan Bates is putting together another perfect stage. He's been unflappable over the last 5 stages, or over the 4.5 stages, and the 5th stage is coming together very nicely indeed over the bridge, and that is more than likely victory for Nathan Bates. What a fantastic display that was.
Yeah, that looks like every single stage won there by Nathan Bates, and that will be the win in round 1 of the Motorsport Australia Esports Dirt Rally series. And everyone else coming across the line at the moment. Unfortunately, it looks like some further problems for Blake McCormack as Chris Visario comes across the line in that very damaged Mitsubishi. But yeah, it looks to me like McCormack, I mean, he had a really red-hot go at it, but unfortunately, all coming undone in those final couple of stages.
Yeah, absolutely. There was so much potential there. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of things to build confidence from going into round 2 as well. So there's no need to beat yourself up over a rally that didn't quite come together this time, because you can see the flashes of speed are there. He just needs to put it all together into the next round. So lots to take away from, and a lot of these drivers will be going back, watching the broadcast, looking at, what Nathan Bates did and being like, all right, I know where the homework needs to be done for next round. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and speaking of next round, we go to New Zealand, and it is going to be a fantastic sequence of events there as we check out our final results from this stage by 2.8 seconds, 2.7. 2.5, call it 2.5, is what Nathan Bates took that win by. And here are the results then. Well, unfortunately, it went wrong for Chris Visario and Blake McCormack, but some really awesome jobs there from Nicholas Dole, from Nathan Bates, Jaden Glusky as well, really throwing it in there. I've got to give a shout out to Doug Williams as well. It really was a fantastic display from every driver who competed in this event. And we do have another prize to announce here. One random competitor from the qualifying series that was run before this event. $50 cash being given away to the winner, selected randomly, and it goes to Kidzu. Noval Setyawan is going to be coming home with $50 in cold hard cash. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, that's a fantastic prize there that's being given away. And that's the thing we need to sort of reiterate as well, is tonight you saw, 6 of the top qualifiers, but what you don't see is the massive field of drivers that all tried to get into this event. There were so many people competing to get into this top 6. Not all of them were quite able to make it happen. But if you want to get your chance to compete for round number 2, again, you just have to fight your way into that top 6. It's a very fierce competition, but I'd love to see more drivers enter for round 2.
Yeah, certainly would, and well, we'll see who manages to get into the top 6 from the qualifying for round 2 at New Zealand. And that is going to conclude the racing portion of this event. We should probably take a moment to talk to our event winner. At the moment, it's looking like it is going to be Nathan Bates, who joins us in the commentary box now. Nathan, looks like you've come away with the win in round 1 of the Motorsport Australia Dirt Rally here in Monaro, Australia. 5 from 5 stage wins, but it couldn't have been easy.
Oh no, there's definitely some moments there, and I did take the time to pick the car a bit between the stages because really didn't know what we were doing, but I had a moment the second stage, I think. I ran wide and tapped the cliff, but I had actually a very big moment that could have been running on the last stage. I the tarmac jump, I just went wide into the bundle of trees. If it was just a bit wider, it could have been game ending, but I just managed to pull it back in.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, pull it in you did, and I think the big thing about rallying is minimizing mistakes, and despite the fact that you did make those one or two errors, the rest of your rally went pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah, so the rest of it was, I very much did keep it a gear down. I could have been more aggressive with the car setup, but it gets a lot riskier the further you go. So I just tried to keep it as clean as I could and safe as I could.
Well, regardless, big congratulations to all of us here at SimSpeed TV for your victory, and I suppose you're looking forward to New Zealand as much as we are. Before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to say thanks for everyone at Speed Sim for organising this event. I'm sure everyone's had a good time. And to the commentators as well. Thank you.
Well, big congratulations once again to Nathan Bates taking victory there in the first round. Now, Bo, I think we should leave it to you to interview our second place driver. I actually have somewhat forgotten who exactly finished second.
Well, we never quite got the official results, unfortunately. But what we might do is we might just get the driver who goes by the little tag of Shocks, also known as Nicholas Doll, to come in and give us a little bit of a chat. You gave Nathan Bates a massive run for his money across several stages, but couldn't quite piece it together overall. But how do you rate your event tonight?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. I was expecting to be a bit further off, but I was pretty surprised to see how close it was on each stage.
Yeah, no, you definitely were very close. And there was a couple of times we saw the splits where you were able to gain a 10th or two on Nathan Bates. But overall, what lessons or learnings can you take from this particular round into next round in New Zealand?
I think probably drove a little bit faster, unfortunately. But take a little bit more risk, maybe. I think I was driving a little bit safe tonight, but in a few corners I could have pushed a bit harder on. But yeah, it'll be fun to see next time.
No, I definitely will. And what do you think of New Zealand? Of course, we hear so many drivers in the Real World Rally Championship talking about how flowing, how cambered it is, and how much speed you can take through the corners with quite a nice loose gravel as well compared to here in Australia. So is that going to benefit your driving style? Is that something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I actually really enjoy driving the New Zealand stages on this game. So yeah, it'll be fun to drive it next week.
No, absolutely. And one final question for you before you leave. Everyone chose the Ford tonight. Is there any chance we could see you mix it up for car choice going into next round?
Maybe we'll have to see, but I've put a lot of hours in the Ford, the Mark II, so we'll have to see what happens.
Very nice, very nice. Keeping cards close to the chest. We'll see what happens. Before I let you go, buddy, is there anybody you'd like to thank from tonight?
Well, yeah, Nathan would be a good one. He was seeing the times, it was pushing me during the week to get more time on the stages and that.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, Nicholas. A very well-deserved second place here for tonight. But what we might do is we might hand it back over to Reese, who I believe is standing by with Jaden Glusky.
I am indeed. Congratulations on P3, Jaden. You definitely gave it your all, just like everyone did in that rally. How did you deal with the change in conditions?
To be fair, when I learnt that we were going to be doing some rainy stages, maybe like half an hour before the event, I went and actually did my first rain time trial in the game, and actually found it was pretty comfortable. So I don't know. I guess it came a little bit naturally, I guess, but it probably helped that the stage that was wet, the very wet one, Yambula Mountain, that's the one stage that I do know off by heart in this game, so it probably helped a little bit. But yeah, I guess I surprised myself there.
Well, definitely a very pleasant surprise indeed. P3 for you in the Australian stage of this Rally Championship. And of course, we go to New Zealand for the next round. What's your familiarity like with those stages? What kind of practice will you be putting in for that?
I do not know the New Zealand stages at all. Usually when I jump on dirt, I've only got like 25 hours or something in the game, and I only just jump in the Australian stages every now and then. So yeah, I'm going to have to go do some prep for sure.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with your prep and congratulate you for your third place result. Anyone you'd like to thank for that result before we let you go?
No, not really. I guess.
All right. Fair enough, Jaden. Well, thanks very much for joining us, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you again after NZ.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the well-organized event. First comp that I've ever done before, and good experience. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, that was Jaden Glusky there, P3 in Australia. Well, Bo, that's going to conclude our running of this event. But of course, if you check out our broadcast chat on YouTube, we do it all again in 2 weeks. The qualifying for New Zealand actually starts next week. So you can go to the Motorsport Australia website and find the form in the esports section if you want to compete. And please do. This is a fantastic initiative by Motorsport Australia, and we've had a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, absolutely. What's not to like about slinging some rally cars through the Australian outback? It's great. And hey, the New Zealand, countryside is pretty damn cool too. Like I mentioned earlier in that interview, it's very cambered roads. It's very fast sweeping. So if you're looking for a more easy initiation into rallying, by all means, NZ, probably your best shout. So don't be afraid to jump on in, give it a try, see how you fare, and hopefully we see you in the top 6 for next week.
Hopefully we do indeed. Well, thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick here on SimSpeed TV. I'm Reese Gardner, Bo Albert with me in the comms box, and Jay Kennedy handling everything behind the scenes. Big thanks, everybody, and also a huge thanks to Motorsport Australia for coming on board with this event. From all of us here, we will see you next time.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day. Race against the clock at a hill climb. Or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.